And we're back to another episode of the Mike and Sully podcast. I am Mike.
And I'm Sully.
And we just got a new record player, and we have our hit theme song ready to spin. So, take it away, record player. Thank you so much to the whale who obviously wrote that little ditty, and now we have it on vinyl. Really exciting.
Head over to Mike and Sully podcast.
/ merch.
Or better yet, email us and we'll send it to you for free.
Well, weren't we going to do like a mug giveaway or something? Okay. Yeah.
Actually, we should do that because actually getting vinyl of that.
Well, you know, you can put podcasts on vinyl.
Wow.
I've always thought that would be cool.
That would be crazy.
Just like a bright green vinyl.
Nice.
Of
like
just one of our episodes.
Listened episode.
Yeah.
Nice.
I think that'd be really cool.
That would be cool.
Like
I don't have any
for a few people.
any way to play that. So
You don't have a record player?
why would I have a record
I
player?
mean, you just strike me as someone who would have a record player.
Is that a compliment?
Yes. In this instance, yes.
Thank you. No, I do not.
And it's because of your bandana.
Thank you. I love a bandana.
Do you?
Big bandana girly. Yeah.
Okay.
I have two. The other one's
You're
purple.
a big bandana person.
Well, how many do you have?
Not now.
Oh.
I had one at one point.
Mm-hmm.
Remember when I was Prison Mike?
When?
I was getting ready for a softball game, and I was like, I'm Prison Mike. And then I sang the hooked on a feeling. You don't remember that?
I remember that, clearly. I got that video.
With the Prison Mike.
I don't remember that.
And it's
I just
from The
remember
Office.
the song and the dancing.
Phooey. I have some things I'd like to jump into right away before I forget them.
I'm so ready.
And unfortunately, both of them might be TMI.
Ooh,
So we can edit them out if necessary.
Let's just edit them out early.
Edit them in your head.
Yeah.
Well, no, I just think they're real,
Okay.
and it's real life.
Real, it's raw.
Yeah.
We are ready.
So I'll start with the first one,
Okay.
and this is probably the one that you're closest to,
Okay.
and literally, is that, and I just figured you should know this because I thought it was funny,
Okay.
and Celia might advise I don't.
Maybe just say it.
Okay. We were hanging out last Friday.
You and us. Me.
Well, yes, and our
Yes,
partners.
Well,
we
I
were
didn't
all
know.
hanging out.
You were talking about Celia.
Yeah, sorry. Yes, you're right, and I did say we. That's on me. As a group, now talking to the audience, as a group, the four of us all hung out last Friday.
Okay.
And it was fantastic.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know what happened
Oh, no.
or what was like on those pizzas, but I have never been more gassy leaving an establishment than I was leaving your guys' house. Like if thank goodness Celia had to work the next morning and like had an excuse to get us out of the house, because I was dying.
Really?
It was tough. The last like half hour we were there probably. I was like, my face was probably getting red. Actually, my head might have been expanding because the gas was running out of places to go.
Did Celia have the same experience?
No, it was just me.
Yeah.
It was just me. Like, do you guys have like a Ring doorbell?
Yeah.
There's like a chance if you were to like rewatch that, you would just see me like getting to the car in like the weirdest way possible, and then may or may not have like hovered outside of Celia's car for like 10 seconds and then gotten in, and
then felt better.
and then floated away.
Wow.
Yeah.
I did not have that experience.
I'm happy for
sorry.
you.
I'm sorry that happened. You could have like.
What do I say? Yeah, there's no win there.
Well, you're telling me now.
Worst case scenario, yeah, exactly, and that's
So
what
you could have just said it then. Like,
No.
I gotta step outside.
No, I did think about how funny it would have been because and we'll get to this in a little bit, audience. But we were doing like an arts and crafts night, and I was just picturing how funny it would have been if I had like excused myself to the bathroom, and then there's just like a lull in conversation, and that's just all you guys hear is just me breaking wind.
Or there's a lull and we notice that you didn't flush the toilet.
Yeah. Or the whole house shakes.
That's funny.
Yeah. So, sorry about that.
Sorry that happened to you.
It's okay. I think it was a combination of like I drank a whole coffee like
Okay.
before, or like while I was there / like while we were on the way,
Okay.
and then just the cheese, a lot of cheese. It was as if you served me baked beans. Like that's what it felt like.
That's so interesting. Does
Yeah.
that normally happen when you eat pizza?
No.
Again,
Again,
just a bad one.
culmination of
Well, that's too bad. Thanks for sparing us, I guess.
Yep. So we don't have to edit that one out.
No, that's fine.
Okay, well then here's the other one. And this
Okay.
one isn't, I think, it's, I'll just say it.
Yeah.
I have tried something new.
Okay.
And some people might think it's weird. Others might not. Truth be told, I'm just doing it as an experiment to see how it feels. As of, like, probably 4 days ago is when I started this. I shaved my armpits. Bet you didn't see that coming.
I did not. That was very unexpected for me.
Yeah.
I thought it was going to be a dietary thing that you gave up.
That'd be great. Probably should.
Well, no. I thought it was going to be related to the gas, and you said I have to stop.
These are unrelated.
Okay.
Yep.
Like, how are you feeling?
Honestly, better than I expected.
Why did you start?
I was just sitting, and I just thought, kind of like, well, I don't know, like, of a way to relate this to, but maybe people will relate to this just in general. Like, I was just like, just thinking about hair and just like it, like, that's how I imagine armpit hair sounds. Like if it were to grow instantaneously, that's what it would sound like. It's just
okay.
And I just didn't. I don't know. I just felt unclean is too strong a way to phrase it, but it just felt like unkept.
Okay.
You know, just like a wild bush growing. In between my arms. And
is it prickly now? Or have
not very prickly.
You've done it continuously?
I shave every day. I take a shower. I keep it very,
okay.
very
so I guess
fresh.
It wouldn't be.
No, yeah, it's not very stubbly right now.
Wow.
Yeah, and I don't know. I kind of like it. I knew there would be pros and cons.
Mm-hmm.
The pros I would hope would be just like feeling better,
right?
Like just about my own arms,
nice,
and pit areas. 2 was I wanted to experiment how it would do with like feeling of like exercise, like movements and stuff, impact on like chafing, things like that. Haven't really noticed much in that department, I'll be honest. And then another thing was like every once in a while I'll get like skin tags in that area. Right. I didn't know if my hair was helping or making that worse. So I was like, let's experiment.
Nice.
And so yeah, there we go.
Wow.
But I knew like I was risking extra sweat potentially.
Yeah. Have you noticed if you smell worse or better?
I have not noticed myself smelling worse. Yeah, I haven't noticed anything. Applying deodorant feels weird. Because, like, it feels much more direct. Yeah. And it's like, what's it hanging on to? Because, like, for my whole life, I literally have never, like, since I started growing armpit hair.
Wait, now I'm picturing it hanging on your armpit hair. Is that what it normally does?
Well, I mean, you press, but, like, the sensation just feels like there's more of a barrier.
You're just putting, like, gel on your hair.
Basically. But, I mean,
Weird.
It gets to the, like, but, yes.
That's so, I've never, okay.
I mean, that's what I'm saying. It's kind of odd.
Yeah.
And, like, as, since, I don't know, I probably would have been 13, like, when the armpit hair really started coming in. I've never shaved, like, fully. So, like, this is like my armpits are seeing sunlight for the first time in years.
Well, now I'm curious, like, okay, you're shaving it, that's fine. But I want you to, like, grow it out.
Okay.
For, like, not shave it for, like, a week or a week and a half. And just...
Well, how long can I enjoy, like, the experimental stage before you
as long as you want.
Okay, thanks.
Well, until I get bored of it. And then...
Sure.
And then, yeah.
Okay.
Like, get to the stubble stage.
Oh, just the stubble stage?
And just, like, a little bit further. Like, you don't need to grow all the way back. I just want you to, like, see.
I feel like it'd be the stubble stage, like, tomorrow.
I don't know.
Okay, sure. You're right. I'll send progress pics. Yeah.
Because I want you to experience it in, like, different stages that, like, I feel like women would. Because I don't shave every day.
Right. Nor do I.
I shave
gotcha.
Probably a lot less than most people, but certainly not every day. That would be crazy. So, yeah, I want to see what you think about.
I will let you know.
Have you ever thought of shaving your legs?
Haven't. Because I did enjoy as I was shaving, the armpits, and I was like, wow, this feels very fresh and smooth.
Yeah.
And I was like, I feel like a swimmer, you know?
I am Michael Phelps.
But I don't want to do the legs.
Fair.
There is something...
I also don't do the legs.
Do you think I could get away just doing my thighs? Like upper legs?
Just shaving...
Yeah.
Get away with
like,
it?
do you think that would just be
Like-
weird, though? Like, you know, if one day my shorts rode up a little too high and people were like...
That's a really bare thigh.
Yeah. Like a hairy calf and a...
Well, yeah, I'm trying to picture, like, how hairy are your legs?
Not that hairy. I mean...
Oh, I think you could get away with it then. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, because I do think... I don't know. Why do I like my leg hair? I don't know. I don't know if it comes down to, like, a deep-rooted, like, sense of masculinity or not. But I certainly would never think about shaving them. Like, ever.
I wouldn't recommend it. It sucks.
Oh.
So I was just curious.
That's one of the things I was scared about when it came to shaving my armpits. I was worried I was going to cut my... Well, I'm worried every day that I'm going to cut myself.
Yeah.
And, like, that's a terrible place to have a cut.
It sucks.
Yeah.
It's just, well, and then you get out of the shower, apply deodorant into a cut.
Yes!
Ouch.
Yeah.
Awful.
And great smelling blood.
Very interesting.
Yeah. So...
Yeah, I am not suggesting you have to do the legs. I was just curious.
Yeah.
But it is interesting that you have shaved your armpits and, in fact, grown it onto your face.
But I always have, like, a cycle
You don't
of
get,
facial
like, a
hair.
sense of, like, kind of freshly shave this off.
No, because I don't think it can get there, but I don't think this is looks inherently as unkept as armpit hair does.
Right. Yeah.
So that's
Okay.
kind of what it came down to.
Interesting.
But I also don't like, since we're just talking about like body hygiene and shaving, another thing is like, and maybe you can give me your opinion. What do you think is do you think there's a socially accepted level or like height of chest hair that is acceptable?
Height?
Sometimes, like my chest hair grows like up to like right under my neck.
Wow.
So like depending on the shirt I'm wearing at work, sometimes there's just chest hair, and I'm like, I don't want to be that guy.
Yeah.
But I just won't notice it most days because like this shirt, you can't see anything.
No.
So it's like sometimes I'm wearing a polo and no one buttons the top button of a polo. So like that's well sometimes, and I'm just like, oh, now I just feel like either people think I've just got a super hairy chest, or I don't have.
Wait, do most guys
grooming.
have chest hair that high?
I don't know. I honestly don't know.
Do other guys shave it if it does?
Another great question.
Well, maybe
I don't
ask
know.
some of your male friends.
I will.
'cause I don't know that either.
I'll get on the horn with my hairiest chested friend.
Yeah.
Yeah. We'll see what he
But
does.
also, I feel like he would want his chest hair.
Right.
For sure. So maybe
Yeah.
get different opinions.
Okay. Sure.
Yeah. Personally, I don't like when you can see someone's chest hair.
Okay.
It feels. I don't want to see that. But I also
Rank
don't.
that
I don't want to
with-
police. I mean, it's just like. I don't know. Women have standards of shaving that I think are annoying, and I don't want to put that on you guys.
That's
so,
fair. Appreciate that.
Yeah.
Where would you put? Don't want to see chest hair. Do you know what I'm about to ask? Don't want to see chest hair, and then as we talked about a few episodes ago, nip through a shirt. Like what? Where do those? Like what's
okay.
worse? Not worse.
Intentional
Worse is
chest
the wrong
hair?
word.
Get it away from me.
Unintentional. Both of these are unintentional.
Okay, but I just want to make
swear.
that clear. If the person's like trying to show chest hair, out of here.
Especially if they're like 17. Just like
Or any age
jerk.
for me. Really.
Well.
And then honestly, I'd probably do the nipples more.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't want to see chest hair.
Sure. And it does feel
I don't want to
more...
see the nipples either, but like
But like that's through a shirt, whereas the
Right.
chest hair is like it's there.
you're just looking at it.
Yeah.
I think
why
that's
are you
the-
looking at it?
Well, especially because guys are usually taller, so I'm right there.
Right. Yeah. At chest hair level. Good. Yay.
Yeah. How have the nipples been though?
I've been very selective about the shirts I wear.
Yeah.
I'm thinking about going shopping for some other shirts.
Nice.
And just finding things that I'm comfortable in
Lovely.
without having to overcomplicate my wardrobe.
Lovely.
So that's kind of where we're at.
It's great.
Yeah.
It's a good plan.
Speaking of feeling comfortable, I've got yet another. This will be just a quick bit.
Okay.
Another quick intro, or not intro, but addition to the Mike and Sully collection of bad pics of Mike. So we'll just insert that right here.
It's not a bad. It's a funny picture.
It's a funny picture.
Yeah.
It's a funny picture.
Do you want to give them any context or just like throw it out there? Or we could have them write in what they think
Yeah,
the context
guess
was.
the context. Please. Mike was just had an anvil dropped on his head.
That's fun.
But yeah, write in if you have a guess for where that picture just a few seconds ago.
Yeah.
Or
What,
like
the
what
events that occurred leading up to it.
Yes. Yeah. It should be fairly obvious.
That's good.
Another item that I wanted to touch on very early in this episode, early meaning the first 15 to 20 minutes. I was thinking, and I'd love to get your take on this.
Okay.
Well, what year of season finale? So season. What season of season finale? So like we're about to get to our fourth. What season finale of which season, basically?
Okay.
Do you think you would be A, willing, so the answer could be never, or / B, think it would be enough fanfare for us to do a 24-hour pod? And it wouldn't be a 24-hour pod, it would be a 24-hour live stream, and then we crop it down to like a digestible episode later on.
Wow.
So like where we just edit in the best bits into the actual episode. But people that want to can join us for 24 hours worth of activities. So
Are we doing them here?
The world is our oyster in this. Like, because you might say, I think we should only do that if we make it to season 20. Like, because we're obviously not going to do it for season 4. Nor do I think we should do it pretty much anytime soon. But like a season 10?
I could see a season 10. Honestly, I could see sooner than that.
Oh, next episode.
Well, because what's life going to be like in season 10? Like when
Armageddon.
are we getting that? Yeah.
This is a live episode. There are angels in the sky.
It's actually just a goodbye live stream.
Yeah.
I'm up for that whenever. That sounds crazy and fun.
Okay, fun. I figured, and from what I've heard of people who have done like 24-hour things before, the key is structuring it very diligently.
Oh.
To really ensure that you... Because imagine us just trying to do this for 24 hours. We could, but no one would stay on.
So are we supposed to be like doing activities?
I would say so.
So maybe some of the things that we have planned?
Yes.
Love.
Like that would be kind of the idea.
They could do an arts and crafts with us?
We could do an arts and crafts. We could do a dance lesson. We could do...
Oh my goodness!
Yeah.
Like when can we do this?
Right. Yeah.
I'm ready.
And
We can
take sleep breaks too.
Oh.
Like if it was like, Sully's really tired and needs to sleep for 2 hours, then it's like
2
time
hours.
for
Make
Mike's
that
short
12.
story. And then I like read a short story to the...
You know what I think we should do? We should record when we drive down to switch my cars out.
Like while we're driving?
Yeah.
Okay. Do you think people will get upset about like the safety of that? Because it's kind of distracting? Because I've done that before and I got yelled at for it being distracting.
Well, you get yelled at for your pods a lot, so...
I posted it on YouTube. It was me, Professor Snowflake, and codename... I have one that I could use, but... Well, we can bleep it out if necessary. Codename prettiest person you've ever seen. Didn't give it away? Because you always say this about this person.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
She's so pretty.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah.
Yeah, what's she up to?
I have no idea.
Okay.
I haven't talked to her in a long time.
Well.
Hope she's doing well.
She is very pretty.
Anyways, we were driving, and so I recorded just on my dash as we were driving around, and then I uploaded it to YouTube, and then I got yelled at, and I had to take it down.
Who yelled at you?
Professor Snowflake's mom.
But what if, like... Well, what... yeah, that's too bad, because I really wanted to do that. Is it better if it's not, like, a visual?
Well, how about what if we did, instead of recording the whole time we're driving, when we take pit stops, we record,
nice.
like, of what we're doing there. Like, oh, hey, we're at In-N-Out. And we're at In-N-Out. Yeah, In-N-Out number 2.
Love.
Just how many doubles can we eat? That kind of thing. I'd do that.
I love that.
That'd be fun.
And that would kind of break it up a little bit.
Yeah.
Because it's like 14 hours.
Yeah. Would you do it in one go? Like, would you try and get there in a day?
That's another thing to talk about, is because there are a couple national parks that... Well, there's one national park in specific that I still need to get.
Wow. Okay.
Even if we just went, walked around for an hour and got some fresh air...
You would count that?
I count it. Yeah.
Okay, cool.
I count... Definitely, I would count that.
Nice. Yeah, that sounds like a whole hour.
What's happening right now?
No, I'm saying that counts.
Okay.
I'm agreeing with you.
Road trip canceled.
Oh, no. It wasn't even planned. That sounds fun, though.
Yeah.
That could be a good episode.
Yeah.
Okay. But the 24-hour one...
Right. I'm ready for...
We'll take a little more planning.
Whenever, but yes.
Okay, so maybe not season 10. Maybe, 2026.
Great.
Okay.
Love that.
Great. How do you think we should structure it? Start in the morning or start in the night?
Oof. Morning.
Okay.
I don't like mornings, but
we make breakfast as our first thing.
That's great.
Yeah.
And we could prep bread for dinner.
Yes.
That's good. It's actually just a baking show.
Email us in if you want this.
That actually would be really great.
I think so. At the very least, we would all have a good day together.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, we could do a sleepover.
Yeah. Well, we kind of have to. Yeah.
Okay.
No, sorry.
That sucked.
We can invite people to come by.
Nice, yeah. Who?
I don't know.
We don't know.
I suppose our partners would just already be there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like you have one friend you can invite. I could invite my aunt and uncle.
Do you think it's cheating, in a detrimental way on your side of things, for me to continuously refer to our partners? Because it feels like I'm taking the status of husband and bringing it down to partner, but elevating Celia and I's relationship at the same time.
I never thought of it.
Because there is no other term I feel like I can use.
I like partner.
That refers to as partner.
Plus, Celia's been around a long time, so I feel like
sure.
She's kind of up there.
Oh, she is to me. I'm just saying,
I'm not offended.
Okay, great. Well, but is Roz?
Roz is not offended.
Okay, great. Thank you.
We are the governing force on the use of partner.
Roz, comment on YouTube if you're offended. Anything else on the... Joke, okay, sure. I had to get very creative with the editing in the last episode, by the way. I hope you understand that.
Well, we have critiques.
To it, but oh no,
too many beeping.
There was a lot we had to get out, and if I don't beep it, people listening don't know what's going on.
Yeah. Well, the number one fan.
Yeah.
Commented on that.
I make them as quiet as I possibly can.
And said that there was too much beeping. And then kept asking me what we were beeping.
Yeah, well, that's the point. And
I was like, I don't know.
That's how we get you.
I can't remember.
That's how we reel you in, number one fan.
Yeah.
And we'll tell you. Well,
we'll spill the beans.
Sully can't.
If we
Sully
can remember, we will spill them.
I'm sorry. And so, was it just too much beeping, or was it, again, a volume issue? Because I have really...
Oh, I don't think it was a volume issue.
That's good, because I get worried about that. I think it was just
was there any content for people to listen to because it was all bleeped out?
Yeah, there was a long section, and I do apologize for that.
That you were talking, right?
Yeah.
I can't even remember what it was about. But...
Well, I don't want to... We're going to end up with the same 30 seconds of bleep.
Okay.
Here's what... Maybe what we can do just real quickly, because we love using podcast time to think about podcasting.
We do.
What's a strategy we could use that is less beepy?
I told you, silly noises.
Should it be silly noises? Do you think it's the noise?
You could do, a song, a...
So you think number one fan would like that more? Or do you think it would be easier to just literally edit it out and then just jump into, the next part where we're talking about stuff?
Yeah, probably better to edit it out.
Do you think so?
If it's,
because
a
I just feel
big
like you'll
section.
get confused.
If it's, a big section.
Yeah. All right. We'll fiddle. Fiddle faddle. We haven't had to edit anything out of this episode yet.
We are on a roll.
Whoa! So, on to the next. Real quick, this is a quick one. So, I'll just cross off what we've talked about so far. Quick one, pro ads.
Oh, yeah.
I wanted to talk about this. I recently, this will cross off two things. I recently bought a new car.
Nice.
Woohoo! Shout out to Stripes' brother.
Shout out to Stripes' brother.
Thank you very much for letting us use your bathroom.
Oh.
Sorry, I really had to go, so I appreciate you letting us use that.
Were you really gassy?
No, I just drank too much water, and I was really anxious about buying the car. So then by the
Fair.
time we
It's a
got
big
there, I was
purchase.
like, I really need to go. And it was, I just really appreciate him letting us in his house.
That's nice. Does he live in the same town that Stripes lives in?
Close, yeah. So thank you for that. And so, yeah, very excited to have this car. Very excited to drive it around and
Seems
be able
really
to use
nice.
it. Thank you, yeah. Sully taught me 2 new things about it that are going to be super useful. Mechanic over here. So those will be awesome. So I bought the new car, which is exciting. And then, how does this segue? Oh, right. So I bought the new car. I also, what else did I do recently? There was something else that involved money. And I was like, I should start not paying as much on subscriptions as I currently do. So I took the axe. But I took the axe to a lot of my subscriptions.
Wow, like what?
Yeah. Well, I went down to the basic plan for Netflix and the basic plan for Max and the basic plan for
ads?
Hulu. Yeah.
Is that what we're talking about?
Yes.
Nice.
The Hulu one was really bad, though. Like, where I'm saving a lot of money.
Really?
I really liked watching live sports, so I paid for their live TV package, and
How
it's
much
like
is that?
$90 a month.
Oh my goodness, that's crazy.
So now I don't spend that anymore.
So take that, Hulu.
Yeah, I'm rich. So anyway, yeah, and like canceled a couple other ones. I forget which ones I canceled, but there were just some things that I just outright said, nope, don't need it.
That's great.
But because I did that, yes, there are now ads.
Right.
And Celia and I we're watching The Good Place.
Oh, really? Okay.
And it's on Netflix. And we were watching, and Celia was making tea, and so the water was on, the kettle was on the burner, and then it started to kind of like whistle. That was such a quiet one too.
But now that we pointed it out, I can't not.
I'm sorry.
I'm working on it.
I appreciate that. Yeah. My voice cracked in case everyone couldn't tell, which they probably didn't.
Yeah, probably didn't pick that one up, but yeah. It's just because your voice cracks, and then it feels like you look at me to see if I notice.
I'm just talking to you. I'm just looking at you normally.
Okay, I'm done.
Anyway, so then she needed to go up because it started to whistle.
Okay.
Like my voice, and and right as she was about to, we hit an ad point of Netflix. I was like, oh yeah, I forgot. Like, we have ads now. And then Celia was like, well, that's kind of great because now I can do this and not miss anything. I was like, you're so right.
Nice.
I'm pro commercials.
Wow.
Because I do think there is something. Now, don't get me wrong, the commercials suck. They're not good commercials, but there's something nice about disconnecting from the constant binge of a show
kind
or
of
whatever.
snapping out of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And yes, do I usually just scroll on my phone during that time? Maybe. But it still feels different than just constantly watching one thing. So, yeah, I'm pro ad now.
Okay, that's really
like
cool.
I would choose the subscription with ads going forward.
Wow.
So they should raise my price because now I feel like I'm paying for a non.
The audience and I will be checking in a couple of months and see if you still feel that way.
I will.
Okay.
The only thing where an ad might get me, I think ads on TV I am more okay with than an ad during a movie. I will admit that.
Yeah.
Going into it.
Well, we're more used to it. We grew up on that. Like
ads on TV?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I grew up on ads on movies too. Like I could tell you when like a Harry Potter movie on ABC Family was about to go to commercial. But that's still
on TV though.
I see what you mean. Yeah. And yes, I agree. So yeah, on like a channel because that was always the like funniest thing was like they had those built-in commercial breaks.
Yeah.
So it's like, oh, it's gonna fade and then it's gonna be some Burger King commercial. So yeah, pro ads.
Okay.
Let us know if the audience is pro ads.
Yeah.
Gonna just cross that off. Would you like to do some show and tell? Well, I guess you can help me because yours isn't here.
Actually, I'll start with this, and then we'll go to that.
That's great. Okay, perfect.
Bum-ba-da-dum. I have for you our bucket list calendar.
Woo!
Yet again for March. Oh, and I want to talk about. Well, we'll get to that. Okay, March was tough for both of us.
Very.
Mike and Celia got. Oh wow. Okay. You looked for a 4-leaf clover.
Celia did, yeah.
Did she find one?
No.
Yeah. Wore green on St. Patrick's Day.
Easy.
Thrifted a pastel clothing item.
That was big.
That's nice. Spring cleaning.
So far, Celia had done most of these. Like,
Well, how about this? Painted a rainbow.
Boom.
And make your own flower pot.
Boom.
Those were Mike.
And how'd we do those?
We had them come over for some gassy pizza.
Okay.
And we all painted flower pots, and it was super fun.
It was very fun. Do you want to show those now, or do you want to look at April?
I'll show those now, and then we'll go to April.
Smart. All right. Here, you can show Celia's.
Celia... That was tough. Celia made...
Celia. That last one was not that.
Celia made this. You can't really tell, but it's like...
Oh. Yeah, do you want to hold it up?
It kind of doesn't... Yeah.
There you go.
So it's like alternating colors of green and peachish in wave checkered pattern.
I'd like to point out that I compared it to Beetlejuice and got yelled at. I meant it as a compliment.
He did. I compared it to, like, saltwater taffy in an old-timey shop, like candy shop.
And that got raving.
That's what she was going for.
Yeah.
And that's exactly what it looks like. So.
That was very good.
That is Celia's.
Time for the Mike show.
Yeah.
First of all, just check out how big this pot is.
Yeah. It doesn't look as big there. It's really big.
Look at compared to the size of my head.
Well, there you go.
It's tiny. Okay. I went, of course, I went biblical with this one. I kind of wanted, I was trying to mirror like those, like in the movie Hercules, you would see a bunch of big vases or pots with like a story like engraved onto them. So that's what I tried to do for my pot. So I chose, and one of the main reasons was because I wanted a reason to paint a rainbow so we could get that sticker.
You gotta do it for the sticker.
Was to show the story of Noah's Ark. Noah and the Ark. So if you're not familiar, I will teach that right now in my own special way. So if you can see there, it starts with a happy city. And so that's a city and a sun up there. There's the sun.
It's nice.
Happy city.
Happy city.
So then, if you turn a little bit, that's an altar to idols and false gods, and that's like there's a cow of some sort being burned. Maybe I can. I don't know what that'll look like.
It's a good fire.
Thank you. I was proud of the fire.
Yeah.
I had to combine yellow and orange.
Really?
Like to get kind of like a fading effect.
Nice.
Yeah. So anyways, bad things start happening. The happy city starts doing bad things. So then, the rain comes. So there you go.
Nice.
See
Lightning.
that? Lightning and rain and the water's starting to build down here. My arm's starting to shake. That's a rock monster.
Really?
So you might be thinking, I don't remember a rock monster.
What verse is that?
If you haven't seen the movie, I forget what I think it's just called Noah. There's a movie with, I think it's Russell Crowe, is Noah. And then it's like a biblical story, but then there's rock monsters in it for some reason. Anyways, Roz and I made a lot of references to it while I was painting this, so we added the rock monster.
Nice.
And then, if you don't know, they make the ark, and then a bunch of animals come on board, and Noah and his family get on, and then they survive on the ark, and there's a rainbow at the end. And the rainbow is...
Paint a rainbow.
No.
Oh.
What does the rainbow represent? God's promise to never do that again. Like to flood the earth, I think.
Oh.
Yeah.
It's encouraging.
So long as man doesn't keep screwing up. Yeah. Just kidding. I don't think that was a contingency. But I'll need to reread Genesis. Was this in Genesis?
You got
or is it in a separate book? You're reading the New Testament. I apologize.
And I'm doing a very good job of it.
Nice job.
That was lovely. I painted a smaller pot because I accidentally bought really big ones. Mine is different colored checkers. And Roz painted one, but his is like... not. I mean, it's great, but it's got like a... like fire... and a scary cat.
No,
and
his
like
is cool.
I think like a
it's like
pit of acid.
Acid themed, yeah.
Yeah,
Junkyard.
The theme is acid.
Junkyard acid.
Yeah, it's a little scary. But the other things we did,
Oh yeah.
or I guess I did all of them.
Sure.
I started seeds indoors.
I've seen them.
I made a bird feeder. I just put seed out, bird seed. So
Like on the ground?
in the bird feeder.
Oh, okay.
I
was going to say, that doesn't count.
I wore green on St. Patrick's Day. I made my own flower pot. I decorated for spring, and I explored for budding flowers.
Oh, wow.
So pretty good.
Nice. Did you find any?
Well, I have a ton.
Budding flowers.
Yeah.
Does that count as exploring if you have them?
Yep.
Okay. Sure.
Now we are in April,
Yes.
and it's off to a smash hit for me.
April showers bring shaved armpits.
Oh, wow. For me, April has brought go for a walk in the rain.
Okay. I haven't done that.
Open the windows.
That'd be easy. We've done that. I want that sticker.
Light a spring candle.
Probably
Visit an orchard with blossoming trees.
Wow, you're off to a hot start.
Because I just got back from Tokyo.
Oh.
And it's cherry blossom season.
Yes.
So I got to enjoy the cherry blossoms and walk in the rain.
Oh, that's fantastic. Because even our little tiny little area has its own like areas of nice cherry blossoms. Mm-hmm. But I can't imagine what it's like actually.
It was really cool.
Japan.
I didn't. Well, last time I was there because I was there like probably 3 weeks ago or maybe a month ago.
Yeah.
And I thought, and we were like, the southern part of Japan was starting to get close, but like as you move north, it kind of goes with time. Anyways, and I was like, man, maybe 1 year I'll get to be here for the cherry blossoms. And then I was there for the cherry blossoms.
Wow.
That being said, the trip that was scheduled was not what I wanted.
I see.
But the crew was really nice, and I got to see cherry blossoms, and I got to go to my favorite restaurant that also has a location in Honolulu.
Whoa!
Top notch.
That place.
Mm-hmm. I went to the original.
Remember, Stripes tried to go.
Yeah, well, if he tried, he would have gone. So it's not that hard.
Maybe he'll go when he's in Tokyo.
We'll see.
Was it Tokyo?
Yeah. But one other thing I'd like to bring up is all of your date days. They are doing a ton of date night.
Yep.
And like what's that?
Keeping the relationship alive. So on the calendar we put the stickers down on the days where we did the actual like bucket list stuff, but also we're now using it as more of an actual calendar and putting things that are coming up that we're doing on them. And one of those primarily is just scheduled date nights. So starting like in March, Celia and I just decided that we wanted to be more intentional about having date nights, because like I think January and February just felt a little bit like get off work, rot on the couch, go to bed, get off work, and then do little things on the weekends, and like obviously still spending quality time together. But it was like, wow, where's like the, it doesn't always have to be super romantic date night, but just like where are those intentional events? So we were like, no, we're gonna start now. So we've thrown them on the calendar and we plan them out. And, like, because you asked before we recorded, like, what's the definition of a date? Mm-hmm. And, so it's, like, pre-planned, some sort of quality time, but, like, that can be vague, intentionally. Mm-hmm. And out of the house.
Oh, nice.
For the most part. I think we could probably, depending upon what we're doing, say, like, like, if we were doing, like, a craft day, the date could be, like, getting the stuff and then doing it back here, but either way. So yeah, we went to dinner, like our first date, not our first date, but no, our first like date of this, we went and got dinner at the local on the water restaurant.
Nice, fun.
And then we did like a.
We were so close to having a beepless,
a bleep-free.
Bleepless episode.
Or, an hour in. And the audience will be like, what?
A little pre-pod chit-chat that got recorded.
So we went and did like an art walk /
Which, is that restaurant good?
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't think it's... what are they going for? I don't think they're going for elegance. So I think they hit what they're going for.
Okay.
So yeah.
It's been years.
I think it's really nice during the summer.
Okay.
Like just from a...
Well, maybe in the summer we go with you guys.
That'd be so fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because it's probably been like 15 years.
My brother, in the past, has pulled up in his boat.
Fun.
Yeah.
That's
and then
cool.
they eat. So
that's nice.
That's cool. Then our second date was. This is one where we were like, ooh, was that a date? Because we had to switch plans around the kind of last minute. And we ended up going and picking up our like packets for the race we did.
Oh.
And then we like got food, and like it was like, okay, that became a little bit more about production, like a productive evening. Right. But and then a recent one we did was we went and saw a movie. We went and saw Death of a Unicorn.
Oh, how was that?
It was good. I would give it maybe like a 7. Yeah. Okay. It had funny bits and stuff.
Nice. And
it was entertaining. So we went and saw a movie, and got dinner beforehand. And so that's
fun.
Yeah. And then this Sunday we're gonna go out to a popular beach up north.
Wow.
And just have like a little picnic.
Fun. You're going to eat lunch outside in the sun.
Yeah, hopefully it's sunny, although rain might be forecasted. But then walk in the rain. Walk in the rain.
Walk in the rain. Nice.
So yeah, we tried a new recipe for like an elegant PB&J. You know that book we have?
Yeah.
And it's pretty good, and so we were just like, oh, that's like a picnic food, so we'll just make it again.
Nice.
Take it with us.
That's
it's
fun.
like you put peanut butter down, and then you have fresh cut strawberries.
Ooh.
And we added blueberries as well, and then homemade granola.
Wow.
And then that's
and
the
then
whole
jelly?
sandwich. No jelly.
Oh.
The fruit kind of just does that. Yeah.
Nice.
And
That's
really
cool.
Good. Yeah. I've been eating too much of the granola though. We were kind of running low. I bought Oikos yogurt.
Oh, love. That's my
for
favorite.
the protein.
Oh.
Yeah.
And for the tastiness.
Well, it's good, yeah. But I like putting granola in it too.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's fun.
So that's nice. Anything else calendar-wise you want to cover?
I think that's it.
I like crossing the stuff off. It feels
good.
So productive. We talked about pots. We talked about car. We did a calendar update. Next on the list. Oh, date nights. Talked about that. We're cruising.
And we're done. See you later.
And it's over. Oh, I did want to say, first of all, this is a new hat. You've seen it before, I think, but
yeah, I think so.
It's a new hat. I don't think I've worn on the pod.
Nice.
It's for my favorite hockey team, the Detroit Red Wings. Nice, yes.
But why is there a wheel?
It's Detroit.
I know, but like, it's not like they're the red-winged wheels.
Yeah, but they're like Detroit's biggest like manufacturing.
I'm familiar,
okay,
but like,
well then that's the end of it.
Okay.
I'm sure there was a reason.
That's great.
Back when they were founded in the early 1900s.
The red wheels. The flying red wheels is
the
what
flying
they
red wheels.
Yeah.
Here they come.
They're flying at you.
Oh God. But I wanted to mention the hat because it then scoots me over to a callback to a few episodes ago where we were talking about spontaneous event goings. And it was like going to be for March Madness. I was going to go to San Francisco.
Yes.
Then we talked about that hockey player.
Yes.
He's 3 goals away.
Whoa. That's close.
The problem is he's 3 goals away and he still has like 8 games. So it's like, how do you even know which game he's going to, like, you know? Like, I thought it would be more like he's 8 goals away with 9 games left and then he's 5 goals away with 4 games, like that kind of thing. And then it's like, all right, you just make the decision to go to the last game or not. This is like one of those weird situations where if in his next game he scores 2 goals, which isn't likely, but it could easily happen, you know, then there's 7 more games, and all he has to do is score 1 more goal.
Wow.
And it's like...
What are the chances that you go to this event?
Oh, none, pretty much. Because, again, I think I mentioned this on the pod, but they're all so far away.
Right.
There's no West Coast games left on their schedule, and I just am not in the mood to hop on a plane randomly to...
Feel that.
Washington, D.C. Hey! Yeah, wait, how far can, like, your dad's plane get me?
Oh, well, it's broken right now, so...
Oh.
Just...
Shoot, sorry about that.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, his other planes could get you somewhere, but that wouldn't really be ideal. No. It's not fast. And
how long would it take?
To go where?
Washington, D.C.
So long. So long.
Like 24 hours.
Like, you would stop and sleep and then continue on. And
I don't have time for that. The game's on.
I don't know what to say.
Okay. What if, and hear me out on this, we get the plane up in the air, We start flying. We align ourselves very close to a big plane who's flying to Washington, D.C. I throw a grappling hook up and attach it to the big plane.
Yeah.
And then we just coast.
Whoa. That would be crazy.
Would that work?
Why wouldn't you just take the big plane? It would be cheaper, it would be faster, it would be more comfortable.
Why would it be cheaper?
What, is my dad paying for the fuel?
I had just assumed. I have to rethink this whole date with Celia now.
Oh, well. That's a little different.
How much to the San Juans? Okay, so impractical.
Yeah.
How long is a typical flight, would you guess, from here to DC? Like on a commercial airline?
I don't know. What is it, 5 hours?
Well, it was 5 hours to Chicago from Seattle.
Oh, so longer. 6.
Shoot.
Longer than Chicago for sure.
Gross.
Because that's just...
Maybe it was 4.5 to Chicago.
I wouldn't know. I've never done... I don't fly out of Seattle, so... Nor do I fly across the country.
Right. And I guess you weren't flying across the country. Well, you never flew out of Seattle, just period, right?
I did, but not long flights.
Okay. Well, so how long is the flight from where you currently fly out of to Tokyo?
10 hours.
Okay, and then what is the relationship of that distance to Washington, D.C.?
Less.
Okay, good.
Yeah, definitely less.
Speaking of Washington, D.C., I almost went on a spontaneous trip to see the Seattle Reign play in they were in the semifinal for the championship game 2 to 3 years ago. And if they had won, the championship game was going to be in DC. And I was like, that'd be fun.
Yeah.
Like, because I thought it'd be fun to explore DC and then go to the game.
You haven't been to DC?
I've never been to DC. And then
I do like it.
Yeah?
We went... Friends used to live there. God.
Okay. Sorry, number one fan. You're getting another boing, boing, boing. What, is that, an 8 or a 9?
I can't read any of that.
Okay, sure.
One of Roz's friends used to live in DC.
Right.
So we went to visit, like, back in 2018 or something. And lovely. The museums, I'm not a museum girly.
Yeah.
They're pretty cool.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, maybe I'll think about it again.
Yeah.
We'll
I mean, it's not like, don't plan a whole trip there.
Well, but I have to decide in the next, 2 weeks. Uh-oh. Someone's breaking into the house. We did, unfortunately, leave the door open. So, don't be shy. What, you're going to love the outfit on right now.
I can't wait.
So we've got a special guest entering spontaneously. There she is.
Oh my gosh, I love
the springtime fairy is here.
Delightful.
What?
Presents.
Oh, yes. Yes.
You look great.
Yeah, here, you want to hand her
The hair's
pot?
great, the dress is great, everything.
Here you go.
Oh, wow.
You want to do that?
Thank you.
Yeah.
Happy flower pot.
Happy Easter, basically.
Are you guys,
Oh, we're live.
Mid recording.
Yeah, we're going. She's like, your phone doesn't look like it's doing anything.
not say record.
It's tough.
That's Celia, everyone. She's here. She's got back from...
She's got an awesome outfit on.
She's got a great, very springy outfit on. Is that an item?
Put on a pair of her favorite sandals.
Is that a pair of your favorite sandals? All right, then.
Check it off.
Lock it in. That's another sticker. Why was March so hard?
March sucked.
I think they made April intentionally easy because they knew March would
Well, why
suck.
wouldn't they just put some of these over there? Because I could have gotten a bouquet of daffodils in March. You know, like, why don't you do that?
Aren't you not supposed to feed the ducks? It says go feed the ducks.
Well, this person hates ducks and wants them dead.
Oh, wow. Speaking of death. That was a bit where it was March 27th was the... Okay, now... I wanted to style out of it, but not bleep it out. So I wanted to give the context as the number one fan.
Sure.
So anyways, number one fan is probably crying.
She will be.
March 27th was just the anniversary of my father's passing, which is not a big deal, but anyways, just didn't want to bleep something out.
Nice.
So now everyone knows the context.
No more death jokes.
Sully and Celia were going to be people who texted me. Wouldn't it suck if there were more?
Stressed about it a really long time.
What if there were more people who did and I'm just forgetting?
Oh, wow.
I don't think
Who
so.
do you think would have?
I'm pretty sure Professor Snowflake's mom reached out the next day.
Nice.
But
I could
not.
see her
It wasn't
doing that.
specific to. It wasn't like, oh, this thing. Well, you know what's funny? This is actually a funny aside. I was on the ferry when my mom texted all my siblings and I in like a group chat about the day, and and I'm sitting there, and then I text back to the group chat, like, thanks, Mom. Like, you've got me crying on a ferry into work. This is great.
Nice.
And then my older brother laughed at that because I'm pretty sure he was also commuting into work, and so we were. Well, no, I think he said he had a similar like experience because he lives in the East Coast, so he would not have been commuting into work. Right. But anyways, it was just one of those funny moments where it was like there's some laughter in what my mom was like. Yeah, 6 a.m. Let's send this.
Let's hit him with this.
Yeah. It's like, I have other things to be focusing on right now.
I'm on a boat. I'm on the ocean.
Yeah, I'm terrified. Can you give us a quick Lent update?
Lent's going great. Mike tried to get me to watch a video on Friday, and I
Jesus
politely
was
declined. And he didn't falter.
And
nor did I.
Not that we're comparing Sully to Jesus, just to be clear. The lightning on the pot.
But no tallies on either side, Jesus's or mine.
Right.
So.
Yeah. I was so enamored with this video. I was trying to show them that I completely forgot.
It was funny
about what
sounding.
was. Yeah, I'm glad. Roz watched the video, right? Or is he also doing the no videos?
Oh no, I said, hey, you should reflect and consider giving up some things for Lent. Not videos necessarily, but I suggested Twitter.
Ooh.
YouTube.
I didn't realize he was a big Twitter guy.
Yeah.
Wow.
Because it has sports updates on it.
Oh.
It's entirely sports, but also I'm like, I'm right here.
Yeah.
You're gonna come here.
How much do you know about sports?
Rude. Anyways, he did not like that I suggested he should give things up, and instead has gone the other way and focused more of his time and attention into those activities.
Wow, tis the season or the spirit.
That's great.
Of life.
But mine's going great. I think I have another week and a half, 2 weeks. 2 weeks.
It's been going on.
Check.
Yeah, I think it's 2 weeks. Because we recorded last week and it was 3 weeks then.
It is like 2 weeks. So.
Wow.
Not bad.
Like 2 Sundays from now or 3 Sundays from now?
Like not the Sunday that we're having. And not the next one, but the next one.
Okay. So 3 Sundays from now.
3 Sundays from now. Sorry, this is not what I should be doing right now, but it is actually time sensitive, so.
Oh, okay. Don't worry. I'll
done.
Oh, she's out of it.
I was receiving some weird messages.
Oh, okay. Great.
So. Handled.
Here in the middle of the screen, they arrive.
Anyways, Lent's going great.
That's good. I'm interested in, was there any part of you that thought the thing you would give up for Lent was like any type of spending or like shopping, or is that not really a big? Because
I'm not really a big. I feel like I'm not a huge spender.
Would your Ulta receipt disagree?
Okay, actually, yes. So that's interesting. I shop at Ulta because I can return stuff.
Like in the shady way.
What do you mean?
Well, I'm pretty sure you or someone else I know told me that like Ulta's very forgiving about returns to the point where you could use like half a bottle of shampoo and still return it for full value.
I do not do that.
Agree.
But I also think that these products are so expensive.
They're so expensive.
I would never purchase them
without
except
knowing
I know I can
them.
return it if it doesn't work.
Right.
So like Ulta gets my business because I can return things.
And hey, that's honestly the good policy because if it's a good product, you won't return it.
Yeah, and
So,
I'll keep going back.
How often do you find yourself returning stuff?
I don't go to Ulta very often.
Oh, okay.
So it's just when I like.
This is the most bizarre Ulta ad ever.
Okay. So here's what happened. I bought some different things for my hair.
Yes.
One of them I liked and I kept.
Okay.
One of them I did not like. It just made my hair. It made my hair really soft, but like straight and weird.
Oh.
It was really weird.
Okay.
It wasn't supposed to. I don't know why it had that effect. And I was like, this is not what I want. So I returned it. Got $37 back, which that's so much money.
Cha-ching.
Anyways, and then I was like, oh, well, I still have to wait for Roz to come pick me up, so I will peruse. That's where they get you.
Yeah.
So then I got my face wash, which I get there because I tried it once in case I had to return it, didn't have to return it, and so now I keep getting it, so
Right.
they get there. Same with my, like, that scrub that we used to use. Like
the exfoliant?
the exfoliant.
Oh, yeah.
Picked one of those
Tree
up.
Hut.
Yes.
Yes.
It smells really good.
It does.
Well, never mind, you don't shake your legs.
Who knows?
Yeah, anyways. So I got some of that. And then I was like, well, I returned that hair product, so let me try something else. But I tried several things. 3, actually.
Okay.
But I decided to get the travel sizes. So instead of... Because I don't want to, like, take advantage of the return policy. So I was like, I don't need to get a full thing, use part of it, not like it and return it. Like, at least if I return the travel size, I'm not, like, ruining a whole bottle for them, you know?
Right.
So I'm just going to, like... I try these things. If I don't like them, I'll return them. But anyways, a couple travels. And then I was like, I don't wear makeup because it's a pain and also has terrible effects on my skin and I just don't like to. But I went and I was still waiting and so I was like, well, let me walk over here. And I walked up to a lady and said, you know what? I think that I don't want to wear makeup, but I think I'd like something. Like some type of coverage or something. But nothing like crazy.
Okay.
And so she recommended this like primer thing that kind of just evens out your skin tone that you just like put on your finger and then go like this. And then a tinted sunscreen. And she said, if I were you, this is what I would
Are you wearing any of this right now?
No.
Okay.
Do you think I should?
You know what? What?
Do you think I need it?
No, well, my original question was just going to be, like, what are you wearing right now, if anything?
Nothing.
I'm bad at telling. Like, I like, from a in the moment perspective, sometimes I just can't, I don't know,
Nothing.
like, know if someone's wearing...
I haven't worn makeup since I started this new job, basically. Because at my job, I would put on makeup and then go sleep for 6 hours. And then my makeup's all over, and I was like, well, why am I doing this? So I just stopped and haven't picked it back up. So, anyways, but I got these 2 things for my face that I'm going to try out, and maybe next time you see me, I'm going to be slightly more better looking.
Okay, great motto.
Yeah.
This will be great. Maybe on our next episode, you can come in with the stuff on or whatever, and then I'll wear a tank top.
Whoa.
And then we'll both show off our new selves.
Nice.
Yeah.
Not the chest hair, though. A turtleneck.
A turtleneck tank top.
Thank you.
For sure. I actually have a tank top that doesn't fit me very well, so I'll just cut the sleeves off.
Cut the sleeves off. How tight is it, though?
It's very tight.
I'm fearful of the nipples now.
From sitting like this, though, the nipples won't be really an issue because the shirt would push out, but like there would just be like rolls going on down here. It's not great.
Yeah.
I have a picture of me in it actually that I'm not gonna put right
Okay.
here.
Nice.
Gonna keep that one to myself.
Lovely.
But it was like a classic mirror selfie. I was like trying out a new outfit.
I didn't know you took mirror selfies.
When I'm like testing out a new outfit,
When
and
was
then I'm
this?
like, and then it's like that did not work.
Delete.
It's a bad outfit. So it was an interesting outfit.
But you kept the shirt.
I still have the shirt, yes, but I'm trying.
Even though it was a bad outfit.
I'm trying to get rid of clothes that I know I'm never
cleaning.
going to wear again. Yes,
Nice.
There's a huge pile of donations in the other room
Nice.
actually,
Love that.
right now. So
It's good. So yeah, that's Lent and Ulta, and my beautification
cross
journey.
off Ulta.
We are ripping through this list today.
Guess how many things we've talked about so
8.
far? Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
Whoa. That's
10
pretty good.
things.
Seeing as we normally cover 2.
You know, I actually had a mini panic attack driving home on last Friday, because we plugged into maps because it's dark, and like some of the roads to get to are spooky.
Nice.
But then Celia pointed out that always driving with maps is not great because you need to test your memory sometimes, so you're less likely to develop dementia.
Ooh.
And then I was like,
Do
I have dementia? Like, I started to get nervous.
Do you always drive with maps?
Only if I, like, genuinely, like, am concerned I'll miss, like, a turn. Like, so obviously, most of the places I drive, I I've got it down.
Okay, then yeah, I feel like you're fine.
But like for like things where it's like either my first time going or my first time in a while,
For sure.
I'll use maps.
That's really realistic. And
But I think we were kind of having the conversation because like, shouldn't we know how to get home by now?
It's
We've
pretty
visited
easy,
enough.
but
Yeah, but
that's
that
okay.
that one turn is, I feel like we'll miss it.
It's the only one though, so it's just like.
Do you know which one we're talking about?
Yeah.
Okay. It's a left.
Yeah, out. You go out the driveway, you go right, and then.
Yeah, that one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But like it's the only.
It's just
option.
a long way away, though. What do you mean? You could keep going straight. It's the only option. It's not
Well,
like
it's
it's
the
a dead
first
end.
option. It's the first option. But if you keep going straight, you'll make it home.
and that's kind of was her whole point. Is like sometimes it's okay to just figure things out.
Yeah.
To
I've
avoid
also noticed
dementia.
because I tried to stop using maps because I used to be really reliant on it, and I was like, I don't need to do this.
While flying a plane.
Okay, no. But I call it using my sniffer. Like if I've gone somewhere,
I like that.
I try and just use my sniffer and find my way
Yeah.
back. And usually you can.
Right.
Like signage is really good. The signs we have,
Oh, yeah.
street signs and whatnot, and
Yeah.
like usually you'll see something you recognize and like, oh, I remember passing that off my right side or turning at this. So, anyways, at night's different though.
Ah.
I will say, at night and in places where I know
I broke the pen.
I don't have coverage,
Yeah.
I'll use maps
Okay.
a lot of the time.
And when
I'm
you
just, like,
say
scared.
coverage,
Cellular
coverage. Gotcha.
I do not care about the rain.
I'm in my car. Wow. Well, maybe we could wrap up with a little visit to a certain corner shop. Mike's Book Corner.
I was not getting
This
that.
was one of Sully's ideas.
Yes.
And what was the concept behind the idea?
Well, first off, how was your reading going? General,
Sure.
catch up on that. But specifically, as someone who has read Addie LaRue and loved it,
Yeah.
do you have any recommendations for something else I might like?
Wow. Okay. Great. Love those two questions. First of all, reading. How's it going? Good. On a solid pace this year.
Nice.
I am currently reading my 8th book.
Nice.
No. Yes, this is my... Yes, this will be my 8th.
Okay.
I read 3 in January, 2 in February, and then 2 in March.
Sweet.
So this will be... And I'm on my 8th book right now, so that's great. Oh, and hello, Celia, again.
Hello and
She's
goodbye.
closing the door.
Sorry.
No, it's okay.
That's all right.
Appreciate you. All right. Going strong, ahead of schedule. My goal is 25 books for the year.
Nice.
I have been really bad about updating my Bookstagram. Got to get better at that. Started out strong, as I do with
And that
most
was not
things.
that long ago.
And then,
You were really
yeah, it's a
good,
New
like,
Year
recently.
thing. Yeah.
It's tough.
So I'm going to try and get back to updating that more
Nice.
frequently. Telling people like what I'm thinking about the books as I read them.
Good.
But no, the Addie LaRue question. First of all, great. What a great book.
So good. I read it originally in book club. Loved it.
So good. Oh, yeah, I'd reread it, but
I
I
was
kind of want to
thinking of
let it
rereading
give it a
it.
couple years maybe
Yeah.
before going back. We have 2 copies right here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And if you need to ponder, we can revisit this question later because I
No.
kind of just sprung it on you.
Well, I was hoping maybe you could give like a big picture synopsis of Addie LaRue so people would understand maybe what I'm recommending.
Okay. It's been a while. Like, because I probably read it in 2021, 2022 maybe? It's been a long time.
Sounds right.
It was like, I think it was the first book for book club that I
What a
read.
great start.
Yeah, off to a really good start. And so, forgive me when I kind of get it wrong, but it's basically a story of Addie LaRue, and it has some, like, fantasy elements where she, like, doesn't it?
No, it does. Sorry, I heard the door doing something.
Oh. Has some fantasy elements that kind of result in a little bit of, not time warp, but, like, she spans across many centuries, essentially. And so it covers her life from early on, like, wasn't it in, like, the 1600s or something in France?
Yes.
And then it also covers her experience throughout many, like, historical events up until current, like, present day. So it's kind of like, it has, like, history in it. It, like, covers many different locations. France, New York. I think she lived in, like, like Paris and the outs.
Yeah,
with
she
France,
moved a bit
somewhere else. So it
across
like
Europe.
covers a lot of different places.
Yeah.
Across a big portion of time, and she like kind of lived through historical events while also having like a fantasy element and like a present day component.
And like a mystery element.
And a mystery element for sure.
For sure.
Yes.
Yeah. Which is why I'm glad you agreed with me on that. Because it leads me to... This is a little bit of a stretch.
Okay.
Because nothing immediately came to mind. But this little book is called Sharks in the Time of Saviors.
All right.
It's a Hawaiian book.
Ooh, fun. Can I see?
Yeah. So the reasons why it jumped out to me as like a potential recommendation is because it has fantasy elements, it has mystery elements, and it has time jumps. So like, in terms of what you just summarized, like that's pretty close.
Yeah.
Now, differences are like there's more characters in this one.
Okay.
It's more, well,
I like a lot of characters.
well, right, but I was just comparing. Like, I really only had 2 characters, right,
Yeah.
for the most
Well,
part. Well, I guess it
kind
depends
of
on who
three,
you're,
I guess.
who you're looking at it through. But
Oh my goodness, this has Spokane.
yes, it's very heavy. The shout out to Gonzaga actually is referenced multiple times as
This
a university.
is cool.
So it's like a book of like self-discovery, like, but also from both a real world standpoint, but also a fantasy standpoint, and then a little bit
Cool.
environmental
Okay.
too, if you want that, that's kind of a part of it, and then.
I think you told me about this when you were reading it. You discussed it.
I liked it. I think I gave it 4 stars. So it wasn't like a crazy stellar read. It's kind of crass.
4 out of 5.
So if you don't like it has some intensity to it at moments
Okay.
that I don't think Addie LaRue possessed.
Yeah.
So just be aware.
Are all these locations real? Like all these locations in Hawaii are real?
Did not fact check that, but I
Okay,
mean
that's big for me because I like looking on maps.
it feels like it would be because they use
the other ones are
they
real.
use the other they use a lot of Pacific Northwest cities actually.
Ooh, a discussion guide. Cool.
Yep.
Love that.
So there's my recommendation for anyone who has read Addie LaRue and you're looking for something close enough. Sharks in the Time of Saviors by... Where is his name? Kawhi Strong Wash something. But there's a Target sticker covering the last letter.
Washburn. Kawhi Strong Washburn.
Yeah. It was a good read.
Cool.
So,
New York Times
ponder that.
Book Review, 100 Notable Books, 2020. There you have it.
I like a good mystery.
Nice.
And this one had it. But I like mystery in a non-Sherlock Holmesy way. I guess is more so what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
Which I felt like Addie LaRue had.
Yeah.
And this has.
Lovely.
So, there you go. Thank you for visiting Mike's Book Corner. More to come in the future.
Lovely.
Maybe.
Write in what you
Are
want
you
recommendations
reading?
on.
Do you want to have your own? Okay. No. No book corner.
Well, I already talked about the books that I want to talk about many episodes ago
Right.
when I read them.
Yeah, write in if you are
I go through
Sully's
such phases.
dad and how your reading is going.
Nice, yeah.
Because we haven't heard an update on that front for a while.
Well, that's what happens when we critique emails.
Yeah, I know, and I still feel bad about that. We will not critique the next
It will
email.
be really nice.
We just want to hear from you. That's what happens. You don't get to read much when you're fixing a plane.
That's true.
Yeah.
That you're really qualified to be fixing.
Well, you fixed my car. And you're not a
Yes,
mechanic.
I did. And let me describe what I did to fix it.
Okay.
First off, the back of the car, the
hatch.
is automated. So you click a button and it opens.
Yes.
But then it just immediately closes.
Yes. Slowly.
But it'll bonk you.
It will bonk
And it doesn't say open if you're going to use it. So instead of letting that happen, I just hit the pause button.
And it pauses. I didn't
And
know
it
there was a
stops it.
pause button.
Secondly, his maps weren't displaying on the screen up front. And so I had him plug in the aux cord.
She enabled USB.
The
thank you
USB
very much.
cord.
She enabled Apple CarPlay.
And I just
And it works
made
now.
it work because that's required.
And
for
it's
it, I believe.
awesome.
Yeah. So that's all I did. But I am a mechanic.
Huge win. So thank you for that.
Actually, if we want to talk about mechanic stuff, this is not a great story for me.
Okay.
I was in the kitchen yesterday, and our hot water takes a little bit of time to warm up. Like, not super long, but I'll, like, turn it on, and then it'll warm up, and then I'll use it. Anyways.
The process of the water heating,
I
folks.
turned it on, and no hot water was coming.
Okay.
For, like, too long. So I shut it off, and I went to the bathroom and turned it on, and we had hot water. And I was like, okay, that's weird. So I turned it on again, and I was like, maybe I just didn't, like, let it go for long enough. Still no hot water. So then I was like, well, that's weird and annoying, but I guess I won't do dishes right now. And then I talked to Roz, and I told him, and he was like, well, that's a big deal. Like, you need to look under the house, maybe we have a leak.
Uh-oh.
And I was like, it's 11:30 at night, I'm not going outside, are you kidding me? So I didn't. And then he said we were on FaceTime, so he said, okay, turn me around, and I like went on the sink and did shut this thing off, tried it, shut this thing off, tried it, blah blah blah, did all this stuff.
Yeah.
And then like I panned back up, and he goes, oh, like, was that how the faucet was when you tried to get hot water? And I said, yeah. And he said, that's the cold. So that's tough.
Like just the what?
So
the
we
valve?
have just one. No. Like up at the sink, you can point it that way and turn it on.
Yep.
For cold water, or point it towards you and turn it on for hot water.
You just point it away from you. Wow.
So that's too bad. That wasn't great, but at least
No
I didn't have a
leak.
leak.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I didn't have to go outside.
Right.
So
Small victories.
yeah, little wins.
Woo.
So
Wow.
best. Anyways,
I'm happy for you.
that's the haps.
That's the haps. Well, this has been a great episode. What's
Lovely.
funny is we can't even reasonably estimate how long we've been recording because of the jibber jabber.
I didn't eyeball it before, so
no clue
No
where
idea.
we're at. This could be our longest episode ever or shortest.
Wow.
Well, we know it's not our longest episode ever, but
or our shortest.
we're in the middle. But yeah, thanks for tuning in. Please email us at mikeandsullypod@gmail.com. We're coming up on our season finale. So this is episode 8.
Wow.
And so
What are we gonna do for the finale?
I don't know.
Write in what you want to see.
Yeah, we'll think of something creative.
Yeah.
To really draw people in, and then potentially pivot into a very exciting season 5 kickoff.
That will be very exciting.
So we're pumped about that.
Wow, so we only have 2 more to record this month.
Pretty much.
That's crazy.
We started off very well, like making this happen this early in the month was pivotal.
Great.
Yeah, because worst case is we could get together one more time and do a 2 a day. Which we've never
can
done.
We though?
It's
'Cause
fun.
we say that all the time.
It's fun to talk about. Like, we could always do.
We
2 in
honestly
one day.
could, especially because we can just chat for 2 hours straight and
You would
just
just
make
need to
it
bring a
2
change of
hours.
clothes because we can't let people in on the secret.
Well, didn't we just?
They'll never know.
Okay. Nobody's gonna know.
We'll bleep it.
Nice. Yeah, we'll bleep
it. So, yes,
Lovely.
very excited for all of what's to come soon. I felt like I had another tiny little thing to say, but it kind of has eluded me. So, with that, we will get out our trusty flag here. What's it say?
Welcome to the deep.
Welcome to the deep. And we will pass it back to our record player. Bye.
Bye.